Hey everybody, what's up? Hope you're having a great day, great week, great everything. Before I get going, I want to remind you that if you want more great stuff like this about starting your business or running a law firm or any of that kind of stuff, you can get my weekly newsletter, theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Good stuff. I'm now putting this at the beginning of my videos because I had a recorded intro and it doesn't work. So we're just gonna go old school and say it before every time. Quickly, it'll be quicker the next time because I'm gonna drop it and leave it. But we're here today to talk about getting advice from the right people. This is a common problem amongst everyone because I think often we just don't think about what we're doing. We don't think about the questions that we're asking. We don't think about who we're asking them to. And if we're not careful, you can get some really terrible advice, some advice that's not suited to you at all, some advice from people that have no idea what they're talking about, and it can really drag you down. It can slow you down. Perfect example, talking to somebody today, law firm owner who was interested in working with me to help him with his law firm, and he was not sure what to do. He wasn't sure what the next action step to take was because he wants to open his firm. He's a relatively new attorney, and the people that he'd been asking, which are like other lawyers, he was asking them what he should do. Should he start his firm? What should he do? He's not sure what he wants to do, this kind of thing. And a lot of these law firm, I don't even know if they're law firm owners, I think they're just lawyers. What these other lawyers were telling him was, you should stop what you're doing, go get a job, go learn the law, go put some time in, and go work for somebody for a couple of years or something. Put your dues in, pay your dues, as they say. And in some cases, that might be a good idea, but not in all cases. And in most cases, it's really not. This guy has already started businesses before. He knows what he's doing. He's super smart. He graduated from law school with honors. He knows what he wants to do. It's like, why would you go do something that's just going to slow you down? We have these things that hold us back, and then we ask people often that give us the answer that we think we want to hear that's safe, but is based on their own internal fears. Ask somebody if you think you should go invest in a rental property sometime. Most people will tell you no. It's not because they have any specific reason. They're just afraid to do it on their own. They think it's a bad idea, so they're just going to tell you what they think should be done. Ask people if they think you should invest in advertising. They're going to tell you no. They think it's scammy and dirty and gross. Should you make a video? No. Everybody's going to laugh at you. Everybody's going to make fun of you. You're not going to get any business. People are going to think you're crazy. Those are the wrong people to ask questions to. So here's how to ask the right questions to the right people. First of all, understand the type of question that you're asking. The type of questions that I like to ask people are questions like this. I'm thinking about doing this thing for these reasons. These are the things that I've identified as the bad things about it potentially. These are the things that I've identified that are the good things potentially. I want to know, am I missing something? That's a great question to ask because that gets you a very specific answer. It doesn't get you I don't think you should do this thing. It gets you have you considered this thing? And then you can say either yes, I have, or no, I haven't. And then think about the person that you're asking the question to. Has the person ever tried to do the thing that you are trying to do? Has the person ever tried to do anything similar? Has the person done anything at all? If they haven't, then it's probably not the best person to ask advice from or ask for feedback from because they don't understand the context of the question. For example, if you have not owned a business before and you're trying to answer business owner questions, it's going to be very difficult for you because you don't understand what it's like to be a business owner. Just like, I'll tell you the first thing that came to my mind. Just like, it's not really going to be a good idea for me to give advice about, women's health because I'm not a doctor, so I'm not trained. I have no experience in it, and I'm not a woman. So for me to give that kind of advice, I can give you what I think, but how much credibility are you going to give to that advice? And that's what this boils down to. So when you're asking people questions, when you're sharing ideas that you have, be careful about who you're sharing those ideas with, or be careful about the amount of weight that you give the feedback that you get related to those ideas. If you don't care what the person thinks, if you're not going to pay attention or listen to what they say anyway, then it's no big deal. Tell them your ideas and then run with the thing that you want to do. But if you're going to listen to what people say, if you're going to listen to the feedback that they give you, if you're going to heed that advice and pay attention to it, please make sure that the person you're asking for the advice from knows what they are talking about. I'll give you one more example. I was talking to a member in my coaching group the other day, this a couple weeks ago probably, and they were telling me that they were going to throttle down their advertising, okay? Advertising is crushing it. They're getting new clients, okay? Things are going well, but they're gonna turn their advertising down. I said, why are you gonna do that? Well, I talked to my accountant, and my accountant told me that my advertising expenses seemed a little bit high, and that if I reduced my advertising expenses, I could increase my profit. And I said, okay, does your accountant run their business? Do they advertise at all? Well, no. I said, okay, what their accountant doesn't understand is that each dollar that you spend in advertising is not an expense. It is an investment in your business. You're hoping to get a return on that investment, and you are right now getting a return on that investment in the form of new business. People will not be able to find you if you don't advertise. So you can cut down the money that you spend on advertising, but you're going to cut down on the people walking in your door, and you're going to cut down on your overall gross revenue. So yes, you may spend less money on advertising, but you're going to have less revenue coming in the door. The accountant is focused on reducing expenses. The accountant sees everything as an expense to be reduced potentially. The business owner sees advertising as an investment, as something to be spent, as something to be experimented with, as something to let people know that they exist. So the context matters. The point of view of the person you're asking matters. My point today is just make sure that you're asking the right questions to the right people. And if you're not, just take the advice that you're giving with a grain of salt. Because I've seen people go way off the tracks, way off the rails, because they're listening to the advice of people that don't know what they're talking about. All right? So that's it. If you got advice, if you have questions about your business, about your law firm, send me a message, ask me. I will talk to you about it. I will tell you what's going on. Tell me what your struggle is. I will help you out. And, that's what I do. Okay? That's what I'm good at. That's my special sauce. All right, that's it. One last plug for the newsletter, theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Every week, send you some goodness if you want it. Otherwise, be well. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you. Ask questions to the right people. Have a great day. See ya.